Hey, okay, welcome back. We're gonna go a little deeper into video interviewing. There are several ways to do it, and ways that you and the candidate are going to be very, very comfortable. Several choices here. Live streaming interviews are becoming kind of the norm. Where you know, live streaming means that you're both talking to each other at the same time in real time. You can see everything going back and forth, et cetera, et cetera. So, Skype, I use Skype a lot. Um, there are other platforms as well, as I mentioned, but I'm telling you, you're going to want to save all kinds of time and grief. And I suggest doing a phone interview on the very first call. Make it a video interview. And again, over the last couple of years, these have become a lot more common. And by the way, again, candidates or mid to senior level folks are requesting these. They're requesting video interviews. Makes sense. Anyway, you can assess how a candidate responds on the fly. You can ask some challenging questions and how they evaluate the language and how they respond to those questions, their communication skills, their ahs, and that type of converse. I guess language skills is the best way to put it. Conversation skills, best way to put it. And I'm at fault. I do that myself. It's hard to catch yourself. But anyways, you can be able to discern all kinds of. Okay, again, Skype, free web-based program. I've used Skype for, well, several years now for all kinds of things, interviewing candidates for positions, conducting one-on-one training or little small group training with you guys, hiring managers, doing webinars, the Skype interface. Anyway, it's the real deal, free, works really well, by the way, and I think you'll enjoy it. All right, now Apple's got a mobile map app. Spit it out, George. Has a mobile video app called FaceTime, which is just like Skype. Again, it's a Mac-based platform. Okay, now there are also paid services that offer, the ability for a whole lot of people to be on that call, on that video conference. But if we're working one-on-one with candidates, hiring key people, etc., hey, just don't need to expend the extra money. Skype will do just well for you. Okay, now, there's another format called asynchronous interviews, meaning that you send the questions out in advance to the candidates, and he or she records their responses on a video format and sends it back to you. That way the candidate can practice, they get it right the first time, second time, third time, you know what I mean. But that's a pretty popular way to conduct video interviews with prospective hires. Now, it's got its advantages, for both of you. It's convenient. Candidates don't have to take time off work. You can schedule it when you want to. So it's just very flexible in that regard. Okay? Highly recommend that you give this a try. There's some drawbacks, there always are, especially for you. There's no direct interaction possible, and so no opportunity really to evaluate how a candidate performs live in a pressure situation. So that's got that negative. But video, some tips here. Keep in mind that both you and the candidate are evaluating each other at the same time. That's obvious. But he or she is evaluating you as you're evaluating, him or her, right? Okay. Now, if you're doing live streaming interview, make sure the program that you're using is working and you understand how it works. Again, going back, practice is the mother of skill. Record yourself, do a whole dry run, and nobody's going to see it but you. Okay, I do that. If I'm making a presentation, a big time presentation to, let's say, a senior executive or a board member, I request the video interview, at least on my side. Okay, now make sure you clean up the clutter. Your desk is all, neat. and just, that makes just makes sense, right? Okay. And, go to a quiet location. You're not going to be interrupted. No sounds in the background. Not going to be any distractions. The dog's not barking. And of course, your hiring managers, a lot of you guys do interviewing at night. So same holds true for the candidates. So, keep it quiet. No distractions. Remember this again. Practice is the mother of skill. I cannot encourage you enough to practice this stuff. And again, record it. Video record. You know what? Nobody's going to see it but you, unless you choose to show it to a significant other, friend, or whatever it is. Hey, what do you think? I oftentimes do that. It's always a good idea. Anyway, they've got a place. I believe video interviewing has a pivotal place, or can have a pivotal place in your selection process, as long as you understand the limitations and how they work. If you get it down, hey, listen, I know, hey, do it. You won't regret it. You really regret it. Now, next up, we're talking about one-on-one in-person interviews. I think you're going to enjoy that. Hey, thanks for participating here in the video deal. We're going to see you on the other side. Just take care of yourselves.